Never had a lot of I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they don't let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
If you folks were going to tell me in the middle of November that the Edmonton Oilers and Dallas Stars would be playing in the Western Conference Final, and not only that, but the Edmonton Oilers would take a split in games 1 and 2 in Dallas, I would have said you guys are totally out to lunch. But that's where we're at today. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You guys are watching Lubed for May the 27th, 2024, about an hour away from game number 3 of the Western Conference Final. It is a 1-1 tie right now in that series. And the Oilers are doing good. The Oilers are doing good. The refs are calling it tight, like not much for penalties. But the Edmonton Oilers penalty kill is doing amazing, especially in game 1. Game 2, it was a little bit more tighter. I think there was only 3 penalties, two for the, I think for the Stars and 1 for the Oilers. So very, very tightly called. So the Oilers can't rely on their power play, which is somewhat their bread and butter. But in late months, it hasn't been exactly at optimal compared to what it was last year, where it was just sick and ridiculous. But yeah, here we are. Game number 3, which starts in, like an hour. So let's get into this episode. We'll do the full recap of the Stars game shortly. Also, we're going to do a deep dive into Connor and Tyler. Now, this is a real unfair one to talk about because Connor McDavid is Connor McDavid, right? So to do it in comparison to a guy who just got popped up from the third line and is going to be on the first line tonight in Tyler Seguin, it's a very unfair advantage, but it's basically, I'm just looking at basically the 2 best centermen that each team have. And you could debate Draisaitl is also one of the better centermen too. So, but even him and Tyler Seguin. So it's a little bit off, essentially. We got another poll question for you guys. I'm going to give you the game 3 preview. As far as the lines go, there has been a little bit of changes going into this game. And then also we'll dive into the league leaders, the current league leaders. And we will dive into final thoughts. If you guys want to chime in, feel free to leave your comments and I will try to answer them. Let's get into this. Oilers Stars Game 2 recap. Okay, so again, this was a very tightly called game. Oilers are playing Dallas really good, man. Like, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think this game was so evenly balanced. It really was just one deflection that changed the whole thing. And that was it. But this game was tight. I'm going to make my bold prediction for tonight. I think Oilers are going to explode tonight. I said this to the guys at work. They said there was going to be a tight game. I think this, let's see if I'm right. I'm going to say 6-2 Edmonton. Let's see if I'm right. I'm going to say 6-2 for the Oilers. I think they're due for an explosion. So we'll see what happens. All right. But if I'm wrong, don't beat up on me. I'm not exactly can foresee the future. So I'm just guessing. I just have a feeling the Oilers are going to just open up the floodgates today. All right. So game number 2 started with a goal in the first period by Jamie Benn. It was his 4th of the playoffs from Wyatt Johnson and Miro Heiskanen. This was at 3:39 of the first period. We have a 1-0 game. We go a little bit further into it as Connor Brown, out of all people, Connor Brown would tally a goal from Cody Ceci and Warren Foegele. To me, it's just hearing Connor Brown and goal in the same sentence is just, it throws me for a bit of a loop. But yeah, we're at a 1-1 game at this point in time. In the second period, there was no goals scored. Again, this was a very, very tight game. And here's where it all changed when it was a Mason Marchment tip shot from Ryan Suter, who also got the second assist with Sam Steele on this. This is all the difference. This is how tight it was. It was 3 minutes and 41 seconds into the third period, and that there, right there, is the game. And of course, the Stars would get, I believe, the empty netter at 17:57 from Essa Lindell. Jamie Benn and Wyatt Johnson getting the assist. That's your final. The series is now tied at 1 game apiece. So the rubber match, the best of 5, whichever you want to call it, starts today. It will commence in about 53 minutes. So I want to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. Your stats for that particular game. Stu, another great performance, by the way. I just want to give him a shout out. You know, for Oiler fans, we have this love-hate relationship with our goaltenders. When they're crappy, we're beating on them so much. And when they're good, we're praising them. So the emotions that Oiler fans have just over one position is ridiculous. But another great outing. 29-25 were the shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers. As far as hits go, 31-19 for the Dallas Stars. When it came down to the face-off win percentage, the Oilers, this is the first time now, I think, in this playoff or since the LA series, probably since the LA series. I don't think they won one at all in the Vancouver series, and I know the first game in Dallas they didn't win. But a slight edge in the face-off win to put them at almost 51%. Ever so slight, but hey, a win is a win. So good on them for getting that one finally out of the way. When it came to the power play, the Oilers were 0 for 2, so 0%. Again, very tight calls in this game. The first game, I already vented my opinion on that. I was not very pleased with the reffing in the first game. And we'll get you your poll results on that one shortly, but I wasn't very happy. The penalty kill, 1 for 1, 100%. Their penalty kill significantly better than last year. However, the power play has tapered off, but it's still good. Their power play is still seriously good. So I would gladly take the situation we're in this year with a really good penalty kill and a little bit of a drop off on the power play than having the extremely amazing power play that we had last year and a crappy penalty kill. So yeah, another good kill, another good night where they got 100% on that. For block shots, Stars 22-9. So Stars were really getting in the lanes, really chewing up a lot of chances for the Edmonton Oilers. And that's pretty much all they can do is just make sure that they don't let McDavid get around them, stay in front of them, keep in front of those pucks, and they should look good. The only problem is doing that, there's a guy named Evan Bouchard who can fire 100-mile-an-hour slap shots at any given moment. And you really want to be in the lane to block one of those guys? I don't want to be. Not at all. Excuse me for that. As far as the goaltender stats, Jake Ossinger, what a night for him for the Dallas Stars. 966 save percentage. Stuart Skinner, he didn't have a bad night either at 917, but it just goes to show you when you get to this point of the playoffs, it's huge. It's huge to have a very solid netminder. So my Stars, I'm going to give one to Brett Kulak, who led the team with 4 block shots. I like the effort. I don't necessarily go off of statistics of offensive stats that, okay, they got X amount of goals. sometimes I look at different things, and if they're blocking my shots or getting a lot of hits, to me, that's showing a lot of effort, and a lot of effort goes a long way with me. So yeah, kudos to Brett. Hopefully he can have another game like that again today. That's what we need him to do. We need him to be our shot blocker, um, or try to be an offensive talent. But I mean, we have enough offensive talent. I would rather him just stay at home, make sure nothing gets past Skinner, make sure that if it does get past him, that he's also giving Skinner good sight lines to see where the puck is going. Second star, I'm giving this one to Stewart again. This guy, I mean, awesome, awesome, awesome. 917 save percentage. When he's hot, and when he's not, he's not. That's just that simple. A really good outing. I need him to go forward. Because you think about it, if all goes to plan, we are 7 wins from a Stanley Cup. Think about that. 7 wins from a Stanley Cup. So let's hope that we can get 7 more wins this season. And my number 1 star, I'm going to give this to Connor Brown. The guy, he's had a tough year. And for him to get a goal, unfortunately, it was in a losing effort, but he got the only Oilers goal. For a guy who's had a tough year and has been beaten up, and I know I frowned on him quite a few times throughout the course of this year, and just disappointed with the lack of production. But if you're getting production in the playoffs and you're on the 4th line, that's huge. So a big salute to Connor Brown. So yeah, guys, I'm so impressed with the way the team is working under Knobloch, the way how they stick to the plan, how they don't deviate from the plan. They still stay with the game. They still stay, okay, let's keep cycling this way. Let's still keep our momentum. They're really good with that, and it's just absolutely amazing to see. And that building tonight and the moss pit and everywhere in Edmonton's going to be all buzz today. I really wish I was in that city today to be taking part of the festivities. I'll give a shout out to my boys in Edmonton. Hopefully they're doing some festivities or watching at home. Should be good. It should be good. Okay, let's get into the deep dive. Tyler Seguin versus Connor McDavid. Yeah, it's very one side. Like we know that, but it's still a decent idea to kind of see where these guys excel at, and you'd be surprised. There's some stats that they're very close at. So let's dive into one of the first stats. McDavid, we obviously know he excels at top skating speed. He has speed bursts over 20 miles per hour. His forward zone time, he excels at. One thing that Seguin brings to the table is he is actually more balanced, more average in the offensive zone, where Connor's a little bit above average, but Connor is also the best player in the world. He has the right to be a little bit more above average in the O zone. So that's one of the huge things for McDavid. They're both equal at goals in this playoff, shooting percentage, shots on goal, top shot speed, and skating distance. I was kind of surprised to see that. But yeah, they are all equal on that. And let's face it, Connor's not exactly having a stellar playoff year this year. But it's not from a lack of effort. It's just he's being watched, right? He's being watched. When you're the best player in the world, you have to, with 100% certainty, you have to pay a little extra attention. So it's not that Connor's playing poorly. It's that everyone is on him like peanut butter on bread, right? Like it's just, they're not giving him any breathing room. And that's the way you play Connor McDavid. That's what you have to do. Both players from the blue line in pose legitimate threats. However, most of their damage is done from the hash marks. So, yeah, they can score from anywhere. Both of these players, they can score from anywhere, but the most of their damage doing is right in between the hash marks at that center point. That's their sweet spot. If they're in that area, they're likely going to score because they get the most of their goals and the most of their chances are successful from that spot. When it comes to zone coverage, Segan is at about average for the league average for both offensive and defensive zones. So he's playing it the way pretty much most centermen. Meanwhile, Connor McDavid is well above the average of the O zone, but way below the neutral zone. And his defensive zone's pretty good, but his neutral zone is way below average through the league. So that's the one area that he doesn't spend a lot of time. And I kind of think I understand why. Okay, so we know he's great offensively and we want him in the O zone. What I think is he has enough skating speed that if it's a play starts unfolding and he sees that there's potential danger, he bolts right back to the D zone. He doesn't pay attention for the central area of the ice. He just heads into the middle part or into the back end, and he picks off pucks off of people's skates, off of sticks, lift sticks, all that, whatever it takes to get that puck back. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons. And that is Connor versus Tyler. And we go now to the latest poll question. As you know, I am kind of trying to ramble through this. I want to get going so I can get into the game here. So I am kind of shuffling through this kind of quickly today, but the new poll question that I got for you guys is, with Adam Henrique set to make a return in Game 3, what is the likelihood Corey Perry will return at some point in this year's playoffs? So there's three options. If you go to my community page by scanning either the QR code or manually going into the YouTube website under Lubed and under my community tab, you have the opportunity to vote there. As far as the last vote we did, it was, what was your thoughts of the officiating in Game 1 of the Western Conference Final? Now, I told you I was not very impressed, but I wanted to hear from you. 67% thought it was a little bit suspect, but the calls were right. So kudos to you guys for that. I think they were right too. I'm not going to deny it. Like I said, when a linesman is calling that 4-minute minor on McDavid, that was something I know he caught him, so he is deserving of the call. I was surprised that a linesman was making it. And then 33% of you said brutal calls. Oilers fought an uphill battle all the way. So thanks for chiming in on that. And chime in on the new poll. We'll go forward on the next episode, give you the results of that. And again, like I said, I'm flying through this episode to try to get it done. Let's go into the latest line changes and then also the league leaders throughout. As the Oilers' only change is on the third line. They basically pulled out McLeod and added Henrique. That's basically the only change that the Oilers have done. And it says May 25th there. It's actually May 27th. I thought I changed that graphic, but I guess I didn't. When it comes to the Dallas Stars, Rupe Hintz is still not scheduled to be in. I don't know if he's a game time decision again, but as of now, he is not scheduled to be in. Robertson, Sagan, Dadonov will be your first line. Sagan going from the third line to the second line. Marchment, Duchesne, Pavelski is your second line. Ben, Johnson, Stankowski, Delaranda, Steele, and Smith. top out your fourth line. With defensive pairings, Ekholm is with Bouchard, Nurse with Desharnais, Kulak with CC, so no change there. When it comes to the Dallas Stars, Harley with Heiskanen, Lindell with Tanev, and Sutter with Petrovic, so no changes there. As far as the goaltenders go, Skinner expected to start, and Adam Henrique is no longer injured. I wonder if I used the wrong graphic on this one. I think I did not change it. I think I did intend on changing it, but I didn't change it. So, because I do know I cleared out Adam Henrique, and I think I just didn't upload properly onto this. So he's definitely out. Picard is the backup. And I do know I changed the dates too. So that's another thing. For the Dallas Stars, Ottinger, Westwood, Hintz, and Hakapa are both listed as day to day. Let's go into our league leaders starting off. Here we go. Now it says the 27th on this one. Ryan Nugent Hopkins with Connor McDavid, Zach Hyman. Hall. Oh, this is okay. This is where it was supposed to change. I think I just failed to remove the last one. So I'm just going to fast forward these slides. And I think there was one change with the Dallas one here. As Delarana is in there. Duchesne, Robertson, again, move up. Okay, so yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Okay. Now, did I? Let's just see here. Okay. I'm just going to fast forward this, guys, because we already went over this stuff. I just never deleted the first batch. Okay, here we are at the goals. So Hyman leads the goals with 12, Draisaitl with 9, Nikushkin of Colorado with 9, Verhege with 8, and Trocheck with 7. When it comes to the points, Draisaitl has 25, McDavid 23, Bouchard 21, Trocheck 18, and Tkachuk with 18. It's like 1, 2, 3 for points when it comes to that. That's crazy. Like Edmonton, the top 3. That's crazy. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Save percentage. Shesterkin 925, Ottinger 922, Bobrovsky 903, and Skinner is a 880. Again, I'm not listing any of the goaltenders that have been eliminated because they're kind of locked in with that, and they'll be locked in for the remainder of the playoffs. And for the plus minus, Bouchard has a plus 12, Forsling of Florida, a plus 9, Sagan a plus 8, Hyman a plus 8, Ekholm a plus 7. And I think that's about it for that. Is it not? Yes, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I know what I did wrong on that particular graphic. I did redo the graphics. It's just I never deleted the ones that were kind of messed up with the date. So, oh well. A wah-wah on me, on my part there. All right, let's go into final thoughts. And we'll see if there's any comments here on this. And no comments. So, as you can see, the New York Rangers series is now 2-1 for the Rangers. They, I watched that game yesterday. Florida were all over them. They snuck one out there. The Rangers definitely snuck one out there. Florida should have had that game. Rangers, it got to a point that Rangers were doing nothing but icing the puck just to kind of give themselves some breath, some wind. And then tonight is the rubber match between the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars in like half an hour. So I'm going to be shutting this down pretty quick. There is no comments from you guys. So as always, if you are witnessing this channel for the very first time and like the content I bring, even when I'm rushing through it because I want to watch the game, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It would be so appreciative. Other than that, go Oilers, go. Let's make this. Let's get the win here tonight, and then a win on Wednesday, and put a lot of stress on the Dallas Stars going into potential elimination. All right, guys, enjoy the game. Go Oilers, man, go.